So I think so till now we have completed, like as shown in the figure 9.1, the number of international tourists visiting India 2015 is more than Brazil. If you see the figure 9.1, like in 2015, right, it is the number of tourists, international tourists are visiting in India is more than the Brazil. Why? Because even though this is true, the the in India, in our country, the international people are coming more than Brazil. But the fact is that the share of tourism sector, if I talk about the share of tourism sector of a gross domestic product in our country, is less than the Brazil. Apart from that, like beside, in India, international people are coming more than Brazil. Like foreigner are coming more in India, and if I talk about the Brazil, the foreigner are not coming more, but their contribution towards GDP is more than this, right? The apart from this, the proportion of Indian population engaged in tourism proportion is higher than Brazil. Okay, if I talk about apart from this also, the Indian people are more engaged. Like the proportion of population are and work more. Like here the employees are more. The tourism employees are more in India, not in Brazil, and this is primarily depend upon the size of the population of those countries and the size of the GDP. Okay, if you see the 9.2, according to this, the population of India is more than Brazil. Okay, the population of India is more than Brazil. Okay, so its GDP, and as the GDP of India is higher than Brazil, okay, as the gross domestic product of India is higher than Brazil, so also its population, therefore the contribution of the tourism to to GDP appears lesser than Brazil, and population engagement seems higher. So this is the main reason, like the here it is giving that, like the contribution, if I talk about the population, is less. If you see the 9.2, tourism and economy, so the population is blue color, right? So in Brazil the population are less, in India the population is high, but their tourism, they are contributing more than India, right? This is try to explain. Oh yeah, now in India, if I talk about, it is seen in figure 9.1 that the number of international tourists in India is constantly growing. Like from figure 9.1 we have seen the international people are coming more and more, and because of that the international tourists are increasing, are growing. But this increase appears to be more after 2010. If you see that 9.1, so this increase have appeared more after 2001. Here the people, here the international tourists are similar, but if you see after 2010 it goes very high. So which means that after 2010 the people started coming more and more. Okay, foreign tourists foreign tourists visit India for heritage. First of all, why foreign people are coming in India? For seeing you, for seeing me? No, they are coming for India for seeing the heritage, for seeing the adventure, culture, health, business tourism. Ecotourism is business tourism. Ecotourism is also being given boost to India, and then ecotourism they are also coming from. Then considering the heritage, there are plenty of opportunity for tourism in many parts of the country. If I consider the heritage which means old things, there are plenty of opportunity for tourism in India, many parts of the country. Many places are being developed for this. Like there are some places which are developed for this reason, like heritage building. If you see the Gateway of India, it is also the heritage. The it is in Brazil, the Guwahati in Assam, the football stadium Manaus, Ajanta Caves, and marine tourism, right? Now, first of all, we need to look at the Brazil. Uh, let's look to the figure 9.3. Where is figure 9.3? Figure 9.3 is a study the transport and map. Sorry, in figure 9. 9.9 and answer the following question. So which means of transport are seen on the map? So what kind of transport? Railway, tourist place, railway, airport and port, right? Which means of transport has a denser network? Network are very dense, like railways you can see, right? Which highway can be seen prominently, which places does it join? So you need to just see this map and you need to say it is a major transport routes. So the most common method of transportation is roadways, right? As everyone know that the if I talk about the common method of transportation is roads. So if you go in history, so at that time the people are using the CVS. Roadways accounts for more than half of transportation system in the country. Like roadways like more than half of transportation in the country in Brazil. But the density of the road network is concentrated in the eastern part. Where is eastern part? In the right side. If you see, the population are concentrated, density of network, the people are concentrated over the eastern part. If you will see, not over here, because people are living here. The forest lands of Amazon River, like the forest land, whatever forest land of Amazon River basin, and the swampy lands have limited development of roadways in this part. If you see the Amazon, there are no transportation, right? Very less, and waterways have been developed on a commercial basis in the Amazon River. If you see, the waterways are also developed on a commercial basis, not on a daily basis. It's a commercial basis on the Amazon River. Boats ply for equities in Peru to the mouth of river. Like from equities in Peru to the mouth of river, there are boats are also there. Longest waterways in the world can be navigated through these waterways. Okay, like around 3,700 kilometer, the coastal areas are there. And another river important for waterways is south flowing is a south flowing Parana river. So like there are waterways are also there. Like from waterways, like you can go from one place to another. Then coastal shipping is also carried out in coastal areas, right? So there are coastal shipping are there which are carried out in the coastal area. Like you can go to the Port Algeria to the Rio Grande. Railway have not developed very well in Brazil. If I talk about the railways are not developed very well in the Brazil, right? The use of the trains for long distance transportation for passenger is restricted to few urban tourist routes in its city. Like there are transportation, it becomes very difficult for them, right? And the contribution of airways is less in the transportation system of the country. If I talk about the airport industries and the airways, it is very less, right? It is very less in the transportation in this country, right? So if I talk about the India's transport, okay, the India transport, if you try to understand the India transport, look at the 9.10 and 9.11. Okay, so which means of transport, like these are the question we need to say. Now let's come to the geographical explanation of India, right? As compared to the Brazil, India has a denser network of transport. If I compare, India is also a denser network. I'm going to be stop over here, okay?